Hi, poker players. This is Al Spath, teach here at Full Flush Poker. It's the 23rd of November, a couple of days till Thanksgiving for us here in the United States. We send our prayers and thoughts out to those who lost their lives and loved ones that got injured in the Paris attacks. We stand behind you. Thanks for coming in. Today is You Make the Call Day, open mic day. In case somebody wants to come on with me, we'll entertain that as well. I just sat down at the table. I'm going to post. $50 is all you can sit with. Vixen's got 73 and Kamichi Boys has got 100. Here's a shorty, Alchemist, who's on here all the time. Has got a lot of money. I could fold there. And then Las Cucas. This is where we want to get our money from, right here. Very loose, weak player, heads of the buddy list, seek him out or her out. I don't know if it's a him or a her. But they play multiple tables. 1, 2, 3. These are playing 6 or 7 tables at one time. So they're not paying attention to many things, but they've got a way of winning. They're always plus money, it seems. We got the short stack that got it all in here. I know. He hits it. 2 outer at the end. 2 times 2 is a 4% chance. That's 4% out of 100. 4%. There's only 2 cards in the deck can help him, and he gets it on the last one. Now, before some of you say, well, that's the RNG and that's the online way to do it, I was up in the Brigada about, now it's been about almost 3 years, playing at a 2-5 table. Had pocket aces. Got a raise from, and I was in a big blind. I got a raise from middle position, $38. Came around to me. I made it, I believe it was $85, and he snap called me. The flop came Ace Jack Jack. Pretty nice flop for me. I checked. He bet. I called. No, sorry. He bet and he went all in. He went all in. He just absolutely went all in. And I called, and he had Ace Jack. So he flopped a boat as well as I flopped the boat. I'm going to just make this a pot size bet here if I want to play. I'm not limping. So, as you know, the turn was a blank and the river was a jack. So he had quad jacks to my aces full of jacks. No jackpot, no nothing, just a big loss for me. Luckily, I had about 700 in front of me. It took me down about 338. And the next hand, I got half of it back. The next hand, another person got half of that back, and he was done. He was gone. So didn't get it all back, but made sure he got punished. No, I didn't want that call in there. Only way to win this one here is to just do it again. If he stays, he deliberated whether to raise me just on the flop. That's what happens when you play those cards. 3-4 suited, out of position. You get a caller from somebody. Then you got a continuation bet, and then if they don't go away, if they're calling station, the one person that you don't want to call is the short stack, and the short stack generally is not going to go away like that. Once they get involved, especially with a coordinated wet board with the 3 hearts, they don't go anywhere. So that's a tough proposition. Now, hey, Doodle the River, you're in here. Thank you. That's another 3 suited flop. I was in a 50-cent $1 game yesterday. I didn't tape it, unfortunately, because I didn't know how long the 6-player table was going to hold up. I sat with 100, and a couple of hands in, I had the nuts with 10 jack. It was an 8 9 queen on the board, and he got it all in, turn and river, which was fine with me. It was a $197 pot. Um, it was just crazy the way the betting goes up there. But I was down early. I was down, a few bucks early, and so glad that they were as loose as they were. I love this here. This is like, as long as someone else doesn't raise here, I'm getting my money in with the eights here. I want to see a flop and spike the 8. This is where I can set mine. I might even pay $6 on this one here. I'm not happy with the 8s. All right, Noodle. Oh, I don't like that flop. He bets out less than half the pot, saying he's got a little something something. I am going to really, really gamble here because I'm closing the betting. Because an 8 of clubs can't come off, put 3 clubs on the board. I'm looking for the diamond 8. Oh, oh. So let me try to bluff this. Only way to win it sometimes is just putting a stick into the water and shake it around and see what you stir up. I made the board play work for me because I was out of position. It looked like maybe I stayed with second pair and I hit it. I just hoped that they weren't doing the same thing, especially Les Cruces there who came out betting for such a small amount. Now this is only a quarter for 2 1/4. I'm getting 9 to 1 on my money. I don't care what my cards are. I'm going to call here and see if I can spike. So I hit the king. I might go for a check raise because I have no kicker. But if it gets out of hand, I'm gonna get rid of it. I really wanted to hit king 7 or 2 7s. See, there's no way I stay. That guy doesn't have enough money for me to stick around. I have a weak king. Sure, I could catch a 7. Another king might not help me if he's got a king. I hope that makes sense to everybody that's listening in. It's not being overly protective. It's just being smart, in my opinion. Why get into a match with him when I can wait for a better opportunity? It's just not going to be that hand. Noodle River, are you kite surfer as well? Somebody in chat. Now Vixen, you haven't seen Vixen bet, and she bet 250. She usually sits tight until she has something, so I would imagine she's got a big ace, like ace king or ace queen, or she's got pocket 10s or better. I hope we get to see this and see if my reads are right. Alchemist is out of position and he called, so I would put him on a mid pair, somewhere like 7s or 6s, and see what happens. Maybe even something like 10 jack suited. So if he had 7s or 6s, he would have either a set or he'd have an open-ended draw here. Vixen, if she had the overpair, would definitely overbet the pot, maybe bet $9. Now he's betting $750 into her, which is a full pot bet, and she's gone. So it must have been the ace king or ace queen, or she just stayed around. There's the check raise. Let's see if I got Alchemist right. I said 7s or 6s on him. He's betting that like he's got 8s or 7s. If he checks here, then he had the 6s. Check back, just so we can see the cards. Just check back. I know you're not going to. I don't think he can call him with sixes. He calls 7-8. He had two pairs, so I was really close, but he didn't have the pair. 7-8, and he got Kimchi Boys to put in some money. Did anybody see what Kimchi Boy had? Uh, Unbelievable. All right. Are you on Skype, Noodle the River? Oh. Now, what does Della have to put $40 in against an all-in? It has to be a group one hand, or it should be. It should not be pocket nines. It should not be ace jack. Pocket queens. That's what it should be, at least. As the cards run out, the queens take it all. Absolutely should be a number one hand. Group one. So that was easy. Well, I'm first in. I got to make this a pot size bet. On your donk shows up. Got a note on all nuts. Is that, think some loose 2-2 hand? Oh yeah. I'm gonna just check this one right back to him. Nope, he's not gonna give me a chance. I'm gonna call it and then try to take it from him here. See, if you just raise him there, it's a different situation. So I like to just flat him there and just see what he's gonna do when the next card comes off. Let's face it, if he had the 8, would he have bet into me? I don't think so. I know he's not put me on the 8, but he's put me on an overpair or a pair that he can't beat. On my videos, I try to instruct, I try to address every aspect of poker as we go along. Of course I miss things. Of course I'm not going to cover everything. But if you watched a lot of my videos, and there's over 100 of them now up at YouTube under Al Spath, 2 words, please subscribe. I would appreciate that for my efforts. It's free. You'll learn the game. I'll make you aware of a lot of different edges at the table. That's my ultimate goal. And I want to thank you for those that have donated recently to my cause. They can PayPal me at alspath@alspath.com. Any donation, whether it be 5, 10, 15. I received a $100 donation, very generous, this morning from a wonderful person I've just met out of Philadelphia. So thank you very, very much. If I had your screen name, I would say what it is, but I don't think I have your screen name, so don't want to give out real names. But you know who you are. And Mike, PSU Mike, if you're out there, met a new scuba diver. I know you're a big scuba diver. All right, we got a question coming in from chat, and let's see what he says here. Starting hand requirements. Any if you only play premium hands and positions. I played the other day with you and played some very marginal hands that won by chance, but if you don't play crap every so often, are you very predictable? I know a player just starting yeah, well, if you're just starting out, you need to stick to good position and good cards. Don't play the crappy cards. And I'm talking about crappy cards. I'm not talking about King 7 offsuit. That's just junk, all right? Crappy cards, in my opinion, are the people that are playing 8-6 offsuit, ace rag, things like that. So you don't want to do that. But you got to do, if you watch some of my videos, you'll see that I played earlier here and I got beat with a 3-4 suited, and I was phrasing with it. You got to play the 4-5s and the 9-10s, and you got to play those kind of hands that can flop big hands. You can't win this game just playing ace king and ace queen. You're going to get beat up. They're going to get nullified, and you're going to get beat up. So you got to mix in. You can't just play like a nit and just play as tight as, just playing. You can get far doing that, and you're not going to win too much, but you're going to run out of chips along the way. You got to be able to manipulate the table. Create a table image. Yeah, those students that are starting out never want to start out playing advanced ways of playing the game. You really want to stick to the fundamentals, solid foundation, good position, be aggressive, don't be a limper. Here, I'm out of position here. I got ace king. Because I have ace king, I have to raise if nobody else raises, but I have to raise more than normal because I'm out of position, and I want to eliminate my opponents. Now she's re-raised, but I'm going to re-raise her to get the others out. She's raised, excuse me, she hasn't re-raised. There is an opportunity here for me to fold. If he was just coming in here, a lot of people limp with pocket big pairs and then they try to go all in. Now, she has to have a little respect for me. We've played before, and I'm out of position, and I re-raised her. You can see I just followed up with a major bet and just took her right off of it, and I didn't have anything. She probably had a decent hand back here. Maybe it was a small pair, and she saw all these limpers, and she was going to either bet the $3 and win all the $2.50 with nothing really in her hand, not see a flop. So when I put mine in, and only 350 to call for her, she called hoping to spike, and she didn't spike. If I don't make the right bet there, then she makes a bet. I made a big enough bet at $16 that if she's going to re-raise me, she's got to go 48 or she's got to go all in, and I didn't put her in a position to do that. Now I would love to play this 2-4, but I'm not paying it for $3. So there I would flop the flush draw with a pair, with a redraw for a 4 or a deuce. And even if a 5 came off, it would give me a straight draw then. Check by Kumo usually indicates a fold. Yep. Check usually shows, it's like we're raising the white flag, surrender. When you check, when you limp, I need to get that out of your vocabulary. I gotta get that out of your play. Here again, I don't have much of anything, but I'm on the near or I want the button. He might call. Oh, no, he doesn't. Good. So I bought the button to a limper here, who I've played before. He's from Bradenton. Anything, he's wild. So again, I'm betting the pot. And he sticks around. Didn't want him to stick around there. I really didn't. I'm going to check it here because I don't think, and I get a free card, and if I get the queen, I win. If I don't get the queen, I lose. Just goes that way, folks. He's a wild player, but he could have hit anything along there that beats me. Sometimes you have to know the opponent you're up against to save money and not do something wild. If I would have raised or bet the turn, he would have re-raised me. I would have lost that money. I took the free card and then I took took the opportunity to fold on the river. So I saved myself money by not stepping into whatever trap was set for me. Why did he bet $2 into a $1.50 pot? The reason is he does not want a caller. It's an over bet. In general, that's the assumption you have to make, that he might be a little weaker than you think, and he just doesn't want anybody pursuing anything. He may have had a weak 10 there, or he may have had some kind of draw. Now he's sitting out already. He's going to hit and run and get out of here. He won some. He sat down. Maybe he won some money. He's going to leave. Who knows? Maybe it's just a bad connection. We got Born to Fly in the chat room too. He's welcome to give me a call. I think we've done enough here to say you make the call right now, so I'm gonna start letting you make the calls for me and tell me what I should be doing when I get my cards. Of course, if they're something garbage like that, it's an automatic fold, but I'm talking about the ones that are speculative that you think that I might play. I'll try to take some time and let you make the call. After all, that's what the session is about now that we've established ourselves. I think he'll still bet about $5 or $6. There you go. Just to see if Crucis wants to stick around. That's a smart play, probably. Remember, if he had ace queen, he wouldn't bet there. Or we would hope he wouldn't. He's up to 183 now. Take it from me, lady boy. Just take it. I will not call any bet here. Winner, winner. 25-cent chicken nugget. Yes, I'd pay the 25 cents with these two cards if a couple of callers came in. Might raise with it against this guy if I was the only guy on. Hey, Jeffrey Coggs. Don't know if I know you or not, but welcome to the Twitch broadcast. I'm Teach here at Full Flush Poker. I'm going to raise this the pot against these two opponents. Just position bet, which they expect. I would not call a $4 re-raise, but I'll take the 75 cents. New player coming in. Again, you make the call, but on these kind of hands, there's nothing to do. The last one where I was the one before the button, it's obvious I'm going to either just raise there. Hard noodle just sat down. Again, 125 bet means that's a pot size bet. There's 50, 25 is 75, and his normal bet would have been 50 cents. That's 125. That's what the pot size bet is. Not what's in the pot already, with what you add in from the person that was going to bet or call. A lot of people get that confused. Here's a hand if I'm first. I'm raising. But this time I'm going to change things up. I'm going a little higher. Oops, got a little ad that came up there. I'm going a little higher because I want to influence a little more people to get out. I want them to pay a little bit more. I think this table is a little soft calling, and I'm going to make it a little harder for them. In other words, if they got to go 3 times this bet to re-raise me, they got to really go up into the $4, $5 range. Where before, if I go $1.25, they only have to go $3. I'm going to let this one go. Would you guys bet this one? Would you have raised like I did on the last hand? That's what you got to say to yourself. Let me get back into that mode. It's because you're supposed to make the call. Of course, I won't be listening to you. but I'll, because there's a 90-second delay. So what would you do here? Obvious one, right? Absolutely. Again, the money we want to make is right here, right here. She's got some money. They're all about the same, but the money is right here. We want to get into a big pot with these folks right here. The problem is that they all have position on me. That makes it more difficult. Remember, chips flow clockwise around a table. They always flow clockwise. That's because whoever's on this side has got position over the people that are here. So if you're here, the chips come this way, okay? Position, position, position. Just like in real estate, location, location, location. It really means a lot. If you know position and betting, bet sizing, you can win by just putting a post-it note over your cards and just playing from your position and adjusting to the bet size of other players. Now remember, I took a $10 loss early on when this guy called me down and beat me. I couldn't get rid of him and I missed with a hand. So I made, come back a little bit. Vixen likes to go. I'm going to call her because she's loose here. She's got a wide range. So what would you do here? Would you raise her right now or would you just flat? My idea is to make her pay with an ace queen here if she had it, or a queen king, and hope she doesn't have the clubs. Now she's out of position, and I'm going to charge her the full freight to see the next card. We got it all in. She's got just a queen. You can't have one pair against me on this, folks. You just can't have one pair. That's not how it's going to work. I hope you played that like I did. I hope you didn't fold that queen 10. Remember, I pointed out this is the person early on we want to get our money from, that she's got a wide range when she's in the backside. When she's first in for a raise, she's got it. She's got it here. She's not on tilt. This is an early raiser. This is a position bet. She has got kings or aces or ace king here. I would bet she's going to go $9 or $8. She went 7, so it's 3/4. Now this is where if he wanted to come over the top, if she had ace king, she'd have to let it go. But look, she's only got 38 left. Whatever he bets, she's going to donk it in there. She might go 22 here and then look at, she has 38 and says, hell, if I'm going to go 28, I'm going to go 38 and see if I can influence him. And she folds. Ace, I would say ace king there is what she had. If she had a pair, all the money would have went in and she would have, but see, she reloaded, she reloaded. So I got good cards, good position, tilty person. Gonna raise it up. I'm gonna do the same thing she did. I'm gonna do the $3. I'm gonna make people pay a little bit more to play here. He wants to get in this. Still haven't figured out what LU is. The first person to tell me that in chat. I appreciate that. He calls. Got to be really careful. This guy don't crunch me here. I need a really nice flop. Or if somebody re-raises me, I need to be careful. She's not going anywhere. She's a little tilty right now. A swing and a miss. $10 bet. I hope you were with me on that one. This goes over the top of me. It's his. She's tilty. I got to be careful here. She could have a king 10, an ace 10, and just put it all in there. Nope. Alright, this is an easy one, so I won't even bore you with that. Thank you, number one Rhino. I appreciate that. Not sure who number one Rhino is. I got a feeling I think that I know who that is. But if you put there in chat first name, I appreciate it. Born to Fly said, Hard Noodle's at the table now. He says he missed the big blind. He'll post this Hard Noodle. He's in chat. Remember, he's 90 seconds behind. He does have the advantage of knowing how I play, but that's it. He can't see my cards or anything like that. The play will be over. And he'll tell cards in chat if he's in a hand and I'm not in a hand. Pocket jacks. All right, everybody should have in their mind right now what you're doing. Are you raising? Are you re-raising? Are you flatting a raise? What are you doing? You got to have some kind of strategy right now. All right, folks, what are you doing? I'm going to re-raise only because I don't want them all coming in if I put $2 in there. So I'm going to make it $5.50 to get them in the pot. I can throw jacks away real easy if somebody does that. I can throw the jacks away. Can you? What would you do? Huh? You got a group one hand. You've raised a raiser and you've been re-raised by him. What do? You got 2 outs. If he's got queens, kings, or aces, you've got 2 outs. What do you do? Oh, I left my time run out. Oh my God, what would you have done there, guys? I need to know. Tony or Trey L on here? Well, you're not who I thought you were, Tony, a number one Rhino. But thanks. I hope you tell others about this and come back. I've got 100 videos up on YouTube, over 100 videos, from nickel dime all the way up to 50 cent one and heads up and tournament action, single table, all kinds of things. Please check them out and subscribe. They're free. I would have called, by the way, I would have called because this is a big game, and only because he's got this kind of money. His bet was $5 or $6 more than me. He has to have 10 times the amount of that bet, which is $60, which he had, to get my money back because of the implied odds. I would have taken it and seen if I got a jack on the flop. If I didn't, the worst thing could happen is something like 10-7 deuce flopped or something to that effect. I hope everybody would fold here. But because then I'd have an overpair to the board, he could have a bigger overpair. The best flop for me would be the jack. The second best flop for me is a queen, king, or an ace out there, really, because then I know that I'm probably beat and I can get away from the hand. It's tough to get away from the hand when you have an overpair to the board. And jacks are really like playing eights, in my opinion. Fours don't have the value that eights have, but I think eights have a little bit more value. If you play jacks like eights, I think you'll be okay. Mark Safe spoke to our group, Victory Poker, up in Vegas a year ago. And he said that he played jacks like eights. Oh, that was a year ago. 5-6 years ago. Still remember it like it was last year. Hi, Answer 74. Don't know where you came from or how you found us, but thanks for checking in. I hope you check out my YouTube videos as well. And again, a special shout out to a Philadelphia scuba diver friend of mine who made a nice $100 donation to my PayPal yesterday for all the work that I put in. I do appreciate that. Al Spath at alspath.com. And what do you, okay, I'm going to just type in here because number one Rhino says he's been watching the videos. There's the 4 hearts on the board. They all get their money in. The ace of hearts is always going to beat whatever the on nut says. All right, let's get back to winning some money here. We got a rest of the session to go. I love these cards. I hope you love these cards. What do? You should be thinking, what are you going to do if one of these guys raise? What are you going to do if they call? Okay? I hope you said pot, but pot's too small. We got her in the big blind. Got to remember that. So we're going to raise it up to 2. Noodle would have pushed it in a sit and go. In a cash game, laying it down. I've made it 2 with Jack 10. If you guys said limp, you'd be really wrong, okay? I won that pot with Jack 10. Didn't get any action from it, but I can't limp. Here's another one. What do you do right here? Okay, it's either raise or fold. I'm going to just raise, but I'm only raising the small amount so I can get away from it this time because it's not a great hand. Sure, number 1 Rhino, we'll do that. In fact, we'll get you on the air if you get Skype and put me on your Skype. Al.spath, there's a period between it. Oh, I missed completely there. I needed to get 2 clubs or an ace something. This is a really bad flop for me. That's very coordinated. Got to think of when touching cards above 8, 9. People play Queen, King. People play 8, 9. So 10 Jack they play. So you've got people that play lots of hands here that can make straights and flushes and all kinds of things. Here we go, right here. Let's see what that means. He's saying he could beat Vic. Vixen's saying she's got a jack because she's hesitating, or maybe even a 10, or maybe even an inside drawer. He's saying, I'm already there. I got 2 pair or better. It's easy to fold 319 there. This is not a game of 1 pair, folks. If you have 1 pair, you're going to lose a lot of money like she did to me with Queen, King earlier. You've got to have more than 1 pair. This is big game poker. This is big hands. That's an easy one for everybody. All right, number 1 Rhino, I'm going to add you to my, I'm Teach. You can add me also at Full Flush, but I'm going to add you as Trey L, and I'll add you, and then if I see you online, if I can come to your table, I will one day. Glad to do it. Still don't know who Answer 74 is. Glad to have you here. I hope you'll follow me. Get alerts when I go live. I'm going to do another broadcast soon with Cowboy Kenneth James. I talked to him this morning. I talked to Ed Miller this morning. His schedule's full, but he's going to try to work me in on that. Of course, Matt Savage is upcoming. Donna Blevins is upcoming. And Steve Daneman from the World Series of Poker out of Baltimore. He'll be on. So look forward to those broadcasts. If you got questions on those, please do ask. I think Noodle River is really saying he's trying to be a couch potato. And I mean, no, coach. I get it. All right. If Alchemist bets here, he's got the king. Yeah, you're right. If you go, like I say, if you go to my playlist on search Al Spath and go to my playlist there, and then start with those either early on the micro limits with nickel dime. Then there's nothing lower than that, and move up. That's the best way to do it. Um, how do you add people? You go into the lobby under the first tab at the top left. It says lobby. You go down 3/4 of the page. It says buddy list. Now we've got a bunch of limpers here and a $2 bet for the button. I'm out of position. I would love to play this hand. If it was suited, I'd definitely play it, but I can't play it here because I'm out of position, facing a raise. I don't know what any of these limpers are going to do, and it puts me in a bad situation. See? Limp, raise. People do that. You have to know the people that do that. This should be a big bet here if he's got an overpair. He doesn't bet it really enough here. That's kind of like testing the waters. This is a $2 raise, but he's going to beat him or her. This is an easy one for everybody. Take a break. Well, I haven't heard anything out of answer 74 yet. I sure like to know him or her. $41 in from the dunk, $50 in from Vixen. You think these pots aren't big at 25 cent 50? And Hard Noodle's got a tough choice here. Yeah, Mike Carroll's a friend of mine. He was a dean over Poker School Online. He used to do Planet Hollywood, woo, space stuff. It was really fun. There it comes, Queens against Kings. The absolute domination by the Kings. You want that race all day long. Even if you spike a queen, you lose. You're going to win that thing, what, 92% of the time? Jeez. Vixen really has taken a loss at this table. I'm surprised she hasn't refilled again, but maybe she's going to go somewhere else. She's better at a 6-player table, I tell you that right now. I think with that raise there from Hard Noodle, who's probably got, he's in late position, he's got probably a medium pair or maybe even King, Queen, King, Jack, or an ace something, but we'll find out in a second. He'll tell us in chat, I think. Or he's supposed to tell us in chat. He had 3-3. See, I told you he had a smaller medium pair. That was the first thing. Again, I'm going to say hands that a person's on if they're going to be a group of hands. The first one's going to be the most likely. The second one's the second most likely. The third, I don't know. Then after the flop or the betting and stuff like that, I'm going to adjust it. But you're going to hear me spit out, what I think, and you have to just judge for yourself. Do you play this ace rag here? Yes? Okay. No, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. No way. If I did, I would raise with it, but there's no way I'm playing that hand. Not this poker player. For those of you that don't play at Full Flush Poker and want to get an account, would you do me a favor and just go to heartbeatpoker.com, download the Full Flush link from there, and establish yourself, and you can go to the tournament page, the main tournaments, and you'll see a lot of HBP, Heartbeat Poker events. There's free rolls, low entry, money added, prize added, and they do broadcasts, and you'll be getting all the stuff that you get from Full Flush plus Heartbeat Poker, and won't cost you anything. That's heartbeatpoker.com. I am not an affiliate. I just know the people over there, and they run a good promo and help people out. And I think it'd be wise to join and get in those activities. I don't want to see a diamond on the end here. 50 cents this guy's calling for sure, if not raising. Oh my God. All right, get your thinking caps on about what everybody else does. What do I do? If she does $2 or $3, do I re-raise? Now remember, I'm your donk before when he did this. I bet a raise, and then he came over. He called me, and then he took it away from me later on. Now Hard Noodle comes out with $4, which seems like an over bet to me. So I'm gonna make this 11 and see if he real. Let me make it 11.79 and see really what he's thinking here. That's not what I wanted from the button, I'll tell you that much right now. I may have to give this hand up if somebody pushes. Hard Noodle's going to tell us if he's got kings. He should dunk it all in right now if he does. No, 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 don't tell us what you're folding. So that's not a very good flop, but I got to bet, I think, about $17 to find out where I'm at. So that ace queen worked out good for me, but I don't know why the delay wasn't longer than that, Noodle, so I'll adjust that later on in the OBS, but if I'm still in the hand, don't say anything about it. Here is the king jack. What do you do, folks? And what would you have done with how much would you have bet when I had that ace queen against one person? Were you on the same thinking pattern or not? All right, I'm going to make this $1.55. Well, we hit the second pair against Como here. We'll keep the betting light. So that means half the pot. I wasn't too thrilled about that flop. Yeah, Noodle, you should have pushed with the ace king. I think you'd have put us in the sandwich, and I think you'd have gotten me out because I wouldn't have called your ace king, and Chemist would have either folded or called you and then lost to you because he didn't seem like he had too much. So I think you'd have won a nice hand there. I really do. I wouldn't have called you with the ace queen. I already announced to everybody that if I get re-raised, I might have to throw it away. Especially if you raised all in, I would have put you on the kings. You heard me say that. Yeah, you just wait till the hand's over, or wait until I'm out of the hand or something like that. Let's see if I'm your donk is still calling from out of position. It's really important to watch the hands you're not in as much as the hands you're in because you get information. There he check raised. So is he check raising with 4 diamonds? Is he check raising with 7-8 because he's got an open-ended straight draw? Or did he hit something in the blind like Jack 6 or Jack 5? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. What's the most likely type hand he has? And watch the bet here into an $18 bet, into an $18 pot. It's the full amount. He's not letting Ladyboy go any further with, let's say, Jack Queen or King Jack without paying a premium on a draw. So if they've got one pair, Lady or Ace Jack, it's very difficult to lay it down, which they do. There's an easy one. Hope you guys got a few more minutes with me. I'm going to try to go around the table one more time. So one more big blind and then around the table, so about 12 more hands. Now, when you sit down at a table like this with $50, your expectation is if you play an hour or so, you know, you want to double up. You want to leave with $100. So, you know, you just set some goals. If you don't reach it, if you make it to 75 or 80, you still made $35. What you won't want to do is sit down here and just like Vixen and go through 50, 50, 50, 50. You have to have a stop loss program as well. So in other words, if it's not working, if you just got a bad seat, it's just not working out, you just get beat by the other players, you're overmatched for some reason, you're not on your game, get the hell up, find another table, or come back another time. Don't sit there and just give away your money. If you're going to have a loss when you have a bankroll management, make it a small loss. You can get back in good graces. Like if I had a small loss of let's say $35 yesterday, today I already up, you know, what is it, $83. I would overcome that and still have a good session. So you don't want to make it where it's you dig yourself a $115 hole and you got to make up for that. Now we have Kite Surfer who just showed up as well, and I'm going to make this a $2 bet. He didn't post. He's on the list, I believe. He was on the list, and he was in here before. So I've got a quick call from the Della. I haven't hit a flop yet, so I'm hoping they get an ace and a queen on this flop here. I got Zippo, but I gotta bet the pot and try to win it against one opponent. Anything they do, I'm dead. I'm done. Anything they do, I'm done. What would you do? There you go. Don't have to worry about it. You better fire out that continuation bet. If you're up against one or two opponents, you can go 3/4 or pot. Most of the time I go pot. That time I went 3/4 because I didn't want to get too involved with this person who's called me a couple of times. I'm your donk says there's too many donkeys here. I haven't got a chance, but yet he's still winning. Answer 74, he's in Vegas, was cruising the poker channel, not too many Zoom cash games on, also mobile, so typing is slow. Oh, that's cool. Well, I hope you just click on my name, Al Spath here, and follow me, and you'll get messages when I go live. And if you don't, and you miss out, you can always catch up to me. I'll post it up on YouTube like this one. I'll post it later on. My new YouTube channel is Al Spath, 2 words, on YouTube. And I got over 100 and some odd videos there, so please check it out. All right, last time around the table, we're getting a lot of ace kings here today, folks. I can't help that. So we got a $2 bet here, and we're out of position. Do we flat him or do we raise him? Since he said he's got a good hand, I think the best situation here is to flat and see what the flop is. And we can check raise, we can do a whole lot of other things. So now I think we should do, in my opinion, is bet. But you guys might want to do this differently. So I'm going to bet 319 into him. See if he's hit or if he's got overcards. I wanted that to be a diamond there and it wasn't. So what do you do here? It's a $10 pot. Let's go $8 and see what he wants to do. You see how quick he was there? He's got something here. He's hit. He's got an overpair like jacks, or he's got ace 10. In my opinion. I'm going to check here. I can't get him off of the hand. Not with that. Oh, it's got king 10, not ace 10. My bad. But I couldn't get him off the hand. That's, oh, is that what you want when you really hit your card, when somebody will stay to the end like that? What do you do? This person is exactly what their name says, bluffing. This is easily a 25-cent bet unless the button steps in for $3. Last go round. Shall we test them? Donk stays. See how quick he stayed? Hope you said bet. Whoa! Easy fold, easy fold. So this game's a lot of fun, but it's much more fun when you're winning. If you ever play in poker or you're playing any table games at a casino and you win before you go to dinner, the food tastes exceptional. It's really good. You really enjoy it. When you lose and you go, you got your mind on other things. It's just not as good. Winning before dinner is always a good thing. That's an easy fold. Easy. You don't have to make the call. I'll make it for you. Don't want to scare away the fish. Those of you that have watched my videos, and you know I've got over 100 of them up on YouTube. None of them are edited. I don't edit. You hear, you see, I have to act on the same time you have to act. This site doesn't even give you a time button, so it's really fast. So I want you to remember that other instructors may have it on pre-recorded and they tell you results oriented and tell you what you need to know. I'm going to tell you what you need to know as it happens. Sure, I can miss some things. Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I'm giving you the edge so when you sit down at the table you can take advantage of people. That's the whole idea about teaching how to beat the micro. You're really not trying to as much build a bankroll in the micro limits. You're trying to escape the bankroll, the micro limits. So building the bankroll in the micro limits is where you learn how to play, get your mistakes out of the way, get the experience, move on up, get the confidence to move into the 50-cent ones and the 1-2s and those areas where you can really make some money. So make mistakes early, it's not going to impact you. Make mistakes late, your head spins. All right, here we go. Got a couple more hands coming. I appreciate you guys coming around today to watch this live. Those that are viewing this on tape, on video, appreciate that. Let's say that Hard Noodle has here Ace Jack. I'm going to fold, of course. I'm going to put him on Ace Jack, Ace Queen, maybe pocket sevens. We'll ask now. In the chat, I'll ask him. He may not want to tell us now that he's going to fold to that 350 raise. He can't hear me. He called. So I said he had ace jack was the first thing. He bets it like he has ace jack. And we know if he has ace jack, he can only have the ace of clubs. He can't have the jack of clubs. So he can't have a flush draw except for the ace. He bets another too small bet. Too small right there. It's too small. It's kind of like saying if you bet a bit, if you come over the top of me, I'm going to go away. That jack should help him here. If he checks, then he was bullshitting about the jack. But if he bets here, he's got the jack and he thinks the other person doesn't have the flush. His bet should be around 15 bucks. He goes low again. He's almost betting it like he wants to get taken away from him. Here he comes. He never told us what he had after I folded. He can't fold ace jack there. He can't fold ace jack. He can't assume that that guy called him or raise pre-flop with suited cards. Raise with big cards, yes, but not usually suited cards. Yes, I would go pot. I hope you would too. We're waiting for Hard Noodle to tell us what he had there. He said 8-8. 8-8. And I don't like that at all. And this guy is putting his money before, but I gotta see if I continuation bet if he'll go out. See, folks, if you have nothing, you have to bet sometimes. You have to risk some money to make some money. All right, we got two hands left. I pick up ace jack in early position. Do I limp or do I raise? Do I fold? If you're gonna play it, raise with it. I raised a respectable amount of money that if somebody comes over the top, I can throw it away because I'll be out of position, and it's only ace jack. Remember, it's only ace jack. Don't fall in love with ace jack or ace 10. It'll hurt you. This guy makes us $6. I'm out of here. I am out of here. Do not like that. I'm not going to continuation, but it's too wet. Hits too many people. Only card that helps me here is a 10. Maybe a jack. I don't want to go searching for that. Yeah, I think he had you beat, Noodle. I think he had you beat since you had eights. I always play my last hand. I always limp with it. If somebody raises, I throw it away. It's just a tradition of mine. It's not the way to play poker. I know that, but it's just something I do to end the game. I just thought your betting was really bad with the eights. You didn't bet it like you had anything. That's why we need to have a session. So he bets $1.75. She puts in $1.75. It's cost me $1.25 for $4.50, which is about 4 to 1. I got bad cards, but I'm winning for the thing. I'll pay the $1.25 just this time because it's my aloha hand. I'm hoping to hit 2 8s or an ace 8. I don't hit nothing, so it's check fold. And I take away an $80 profit for less than an hour session. It's fine with me. We'll let this play out here and see what they have. Ace jack, pocket queens. There's a straight right here. Very good. Again, I'm Al Spath. I've been your instructor for today. I hope you'll tell others about it. YouTube, please subscribe. It's free. Right here on Twitch, please hit the follow button. And of course, if anybody would like to donate anything, they're welcome to do that at alspath@alspath.com on PayPal. I appreciate it, and take care, everybody.